Hey, my name is Brenda. I'm the founder of Cocalico. We are a Shopify theme partner agency. We have a theme for sale in the theme store. It's called Whisk, but that doesn't matter because what I'm going to show you here today applies to any theme that's for sale in the theme store. And what we're going to go over is how to copy the customizations and data and all the content and images that you've uploaded to one version of the theme to a new version of the theme. And now this is an area that Shopify has done a lot of work on recently because they know it's been super frustrating for merchants. We get a lot of customer support requests about this and a lot of confusion around it. So that's why I'm making this video, to try and go over how to do it step by step in the way that should work best. And then if something goes wrong in that scenario, or if you've made custom code edits, or if there's an app that's made custom code edits, what to do to try and figure it out so that you can still copy over your customizations and not waste time having to re-upload everything. Okay, so here we are in our store. We're under sales channels, themes, and we're looking at our latest theme, our live theme, which is Whisk. And we can see right away that there is this little notation underneath that's telling me that an updated version of my current theme is available. So if I click in here, it's going to give me some more details. It's telling me that I'm only on Whisk 1.1.0, but there's this updated version 3.0.0. And it also is telling me that it's going to copy over all of my customizations to the content sections and templates. And all I need to do for that is add to theme library. And Shopify now is going to do its best job to copy over all the edits I've made on the old version to the new version. So let's see how this goes. I think it's going to go pretty well. This is a new feature with Shopify. They used to just give you a new blank version of the theme and it wouldn't understand all the customizations you've made. So this has been such a great addition. So awesome. It's telling me that my customizations were copied successfully. I am not going to trust that 100% just because you don't know what updates have been made. There might have been like a breaking change in the updates from the old version to the new version of the theme. So you always want to double check and make sure that everything looks okay. But one thing that's really nice to note is that Shopify is never going to automatically publish a new version of the theme for you. Like you can see here, it's left the original version here is the one that's published, and it's just made a new draft theme of the one that has the latest version of it. So this is what that looks like too. It's going to tell you if your theme is up to date if there isn't a new version available. So we're just going to look in the customize and just kind of see what's going on. You're not familiar with our store, but look, I mean, this looks like a customized store. This looks like the store that we already had with basically all of our settings. So that's awesome. So again, that is like the perfect scenario. This is a theme that we didn't do any custom code edits on. We don't have any apps on that do custom code edits, and that's only some apps. Some apps do custom code edits. Most of them, while the newer ones don't. This is also something that Shopify is trying to make more streamlined for precisely this reason, so that it's much easier to update your theme and keep things updated without having to worry about custom code edits. But some apps have to do them, so it's always going to be a thing. So you definitely want to check in this new version of your theme, and you can preview it as well. You want to go through everything and make sure everything works as expected, especially in areas where you've installed an app. Make sure the app is still there. If it's not, you just might have to reinstall it again in this new version of the theme. If anything is more problematic than that, reach out to the app developer or the theme developer to see if there's anything that they can do to help get it integrated correctly. But let's say you've maybe, like, another scenario here is that you want to start with a fresh copy of the theme. Maybe you have to start with a fresh copy of the theme without any of the customizations that you've had. I've heard of some merchants not seeing this when they should be seeing it, and they need to get an updated version. So if you ever are in that scenario where you need an updated version of the theme, a fresh version, or maybe it didn't copy over properly. First off, okay, let's go to what to do to get a fresh copy of the theme if you need one. So you can always, if you've purchased this theme, if you're logged in as the store owner of that store, if you go to the theme store, so here we are back in the theme store at the Whisk listing, and I'm logged in as the store owner for Coco Bello, I'll see that this button, this green button, which normally says try theme, it knows that I've already bought this theme, so it's gonna ask me if I wanna add the latest theme version. Yes, please. So I'm gonna click on that, and it's gonna load it up, and it's gonna add a brand new fresh install of the latest version of the theme into my store. So as that's loading, when it finishes, it's not gonna have any of the customizations that I've already made. But I'm gonna show you how to get those customizations over without having to redo everything. Okay, great. So we can already see in this little thumbnail preview that this doesn't look like this. It does not have any of those customizations. So what we're gonna have to do here is copy over from code the customizations, because they are actually stored in code on the theme. So if we know where to look, we can copy them over. So let's do this. What I like to do is have two windows open, and then have one where the old version of the theme code is and one where the new theme is. So I'm gonna go to edit code here of my old version of the theme that has all the customizations. Okay, and I'm gonna, in the next window, I'm gonna edit code in the new version. So one thing that I wanna point out that is really good to note, especially if you've made any code edits to the theme, but maybe you don't remember where, maybe an app made code edits and you don't know where to look. If you look on the side here and you see a little green dot next to one of these files, that green dot is an indicator that something's been changed in this file. So that's a good indicator sign to help you know where to look to see if something's changed. In our case, most of the time, we'll see these files are these with the extension .json. And that's because the JSON file is a file that stores all of the customizations that you make. So what we're gonna do is copy that over from the, like what we have on the old version, just all the text that's in here over to the new version, and see how far we get. But let me show you too where to look for these JSON files. Most of them are gonna be under the folder templates, which you'll see here. You also might see a few in sections. And then the big one that has most of the customizations is gonna be under config, and it's called settings data JSON. So let's start with that one. So this one is the one that stores all of your colors, all of the typography, all of the settings that are in the theme settings section of the customizer that apply to the whole store. So all I'm gonna do is click into this file, and I'm gonna select all, and then I'm gonna copy it to my clipboard. So I just clicked Command A because I'm on a Mac, and then like Command C to copy it all. And then now I'm gonna go over to my new version of the theme. I'm gonna scroll down to that same file, settings data JSON. I'm gonna select all, and I'm gonna paste, and I'm gonna save. And so now if I check this out, let's refresh the screen. This is my new version, that clean version. Let's go into the customizer so then we can see. You can see that I don't have like the content on this page isn't here yet from my old theme, but I do have the right fonts and I have the right colors. It's all the same color scheme. So I've got all of the major settings here. But so the individual settings on the different templates, that's where I want to look in the template section. So let's close out sections. And so these JSON files, so blog, collection, index is the home page. So let's do the home page because that's going to be like the biggest difference, right? So here I am in the old version of the theme. I'm going to select all, again, copy the whole file, go to my new version of the theme, find the index, select all, and then paste and save. And now if I refresh here, awesome. I've got my home page. All of the content that I already added to my home page is here. Fantastic. So I hope that's helpful to understand how to navigate around copying over the settings without having to redo things. Now, one thing that might come into a problem is if there's been code edits or if like some settings have changed in the theme. And again, if anything looks super weird with this and doesn't work out well, reach out to your theme developer, or if you know it's an app, reach out to the app developer support and see how they can help you out. But it's not so scary to navigate around in here, and so good luck. Let us know if you need anything or have any questions. Okay, so I'm just going to close out with two major notes that we haven't gone over in detail yet. The first is how to deal with custom code edits. If you've made the custom code edits and you know where they are, you can do basically what we just did with the JSON files, is go into that file, except I wouldn't copy and paste the whole file. I would go and find that snippet of code that you know you inserted and copy it and paste it into the same place on the file in the new version of the theme. Now, if you didn't make those code edits and you don't know where they are, you probably should reach out to the developer who originally did them and have them transfer it over for you. Also really good, anytime you make a code edit or have somebody else, make a note of where it is and what it is so that when you're in this situation and you want to update your theme, you can transfer it over and you know exactly where to look. But also remember, there is a kind of danger here because you don't know what code edits the theme developer has done maybe in that file, so it might not work. But it's really not that big of a risk because you're still just with a draft version of the theme. It's not the live version of the theme. If everything goes wrong, you can just do it again and try again and delete what you've just done. Nothing's permanent. The other thing I just wanted to mention is that right now there's a new update with Shopify where they have something called section groups, which is they are creating sections in the theme editor where it's usually the header. You can have more than just one section in there and you can add more sections just to the header and they'll show up for the header on every page. Same thing for the footer. So that is storing the data for the header and footer differently than it was in themes that did not have the section groups. So in this case, if you find that you've gone through an update and your header and footer don't look quite right, I recommend just recustomizing those sections in the theme editor. Don't bother trying to copy and paste. Just do it like you did the first time. That's honestly going to be way easier than trying to figure out where it used to be and where it is now. But anyways, I hope this is super helpful. Please reach out and let me know what you think, and let me know if there's anything else that you'd be interested in taking a deep dive in that would be super helpful for you. Thanks again. Bye.